Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Business Growth Show, where we talk about all components of business and how to utilize them for exponential growth. My name is Athin Cassiotis. I'm a business growth expert where business owners grow and scale to create wealth and freedom. And today, I have an awesome guest. His name is Ismail Irfan, and he's a business growth strategist specializing in online marketing, sales, and execution. As the founder and CEO of Lixue Media, he helps business owners build a high-ticket coaching, consulting, or service-based business. And he has helped clients scale their existing businesses to 6 and 7 figures. Welcome, Ismail Irfan, and thank you for being on my show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Athin.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. I'm sure it's going to be a great show for everyone watching and listening today. So you're a successful entrepreneur. So for those people who don't know who you are, please introduce yourself by telling us about you and your journey.
Sure. So basically, I come from a third world country, and before I had this business, I had three others, and I failed one of them, right? And through my journey from going behind money with my businesses to being at the stage where with my other two businesses, I had a lot of cash in the bank, but what really happened was that was not sustainable, right? And that is when really I made a promise to myself that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna find a way to make these businesses sustainable and still make same money, same amount of money, or even more money from these businesses. So it took years and years, but I found myself this kind of, I won't say formula, but this approach which I use with my clients where they do not have to hustle, right? So for this specific business, that is my goal. That is my kind of the the passion behind it is to help entrepreneurs, specifically people over 45, 50. So they do not have to hustle yet. They are still making that impact and that money from their businesses.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Thanks for sharing that. Good to know. And yeah, well, I'm sure it's going to be great for everyone to understand that and how you're helping people now. And I know that like online marketing and sales is a very big thing, right? About what you do.
Yeah.
So let's talk initially about what's some of the people that marketing is obviously it's a little bit of an art as well, right? With everything there. But what are some of the most, I guess, effective online marketing strategies that you're seeing for businesses in today's market?
Sorry, I
Oh,
missed that.
that's all right. So, what are some of the most effective online marketing strategies that businesses can be using
Uh-huh.
in the current market?
I see. I think this is completely dependent on specific business, their business model, how they want to run their businesses. However, something that I find most effective is, I think, taking a slow growth approach towards marketing, which is you are not looking to generate money by tomorrow. But what you are looking to do is slowly build those relationships and go after those relationships that you think are going to benefit you in the next 5 years. And I think whoever has ever taken this approach um, kind of sees the results faster than others, because while all others are, going behind the trends or quick cookie cutter strategies, if you can stop yourself and go for a more long-term approach, whatever it might be for you, I think that is when you win in marketing.
Yeah, cool. Love it, mate. Definitely build the brand and everything over the time, and yeah, those key relationships at the same time. Let's get into social media a bit more now, because obviously we need to be on social media, right? These days, you should have a presence minimum, if as a business. So
Right.
important is marketing, on social media to really drive, our business and connecting, with our prospects and clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, of course, you are an expert in this, the business strategies. You've been doing this for 14 years. But here's what I would give to your audience is, again, going back to my previous answer, I think this is the same with social media. You go in social media, you start kind of testing what's working specifically for you and for your business, and you start building those relationships, you start nurturing those relationships. One mistake that a lot of people make is they will start posting and or maybe aggressively reaching out and thinking that will get them the results. But I think that is again hustling approach where you are not thinking, right? So I think creating a proper, giving yourself the time to collect the data, giving yourself the time to understand what's working for you, not for others. Of course, there's a lot of noise on social media. Hey, do this, hey, do that, and all of that works, no doubt. But what I do is I consume very little content from social media, very, very little content from social media, only from the most trusted sources or my mentors. Other than that, even if I'm engaging with people, I'm making sure, hey, let's not let this affect me, because you cannot consume content from 20 sources and expect your mind to work properly, because now you have consumed 20, 25, 30 opinions from 30 different people who have nothing to do with how you run your business. So I think um, really slowing yourself down and creating your own strategy, your own specific action steps that will get you the results, and giving yourself the time to think, giving yourself the time to collect that data, um, and then make decisions based on that. I think that is a skill.
Yeah, definitely love it, and it's a lot about testing, right? Like you've got to test stuff out there. Just
Exactly.
it's going to help for one business doesn't mean it's going to help another, and you keep making it better and better, and eventually, yeah, you create your own. So I know what you're talking about there. It's not, and then over time as well, it can change
Absolutely.
too, right? Like just because the marketing is going good for now, it doesn't mean it's going to keep like that forever. It can dip, so then you have to change the marketing, right, at the same time too.
Absolutely. And the algorithms keep changing, and then we are like, oh, hey, it's no longer working. It's no longer working. But what people do not realize is when algorithm change, it just doesn't suddenly change, right? It You don't know, it has not been working for a while, but you have been so busy doing it that you haven't taken a step back and thought about, you haven't even looked at data. You haven't even looked at the insights of how, even if this is bringing money in your business.
Yeah, definitely. Completely agree on that one. Let's talk about our website now, because I know you mentioned, to it before when we were chatting, and a website's extremely important, to what you do and everything like that. And I guess ideally for a website, we want it to convert, right? We want it to convert to something where we're getting details or, eventually get sales or things like that. So what's some tips that you can give us in terms of making sure that our website, is set up correctly so we can convert and get those details for people?
Website. Absolutely. So the first thing I do, of course, is I make sure that, and every website nowadays looks the same, right? Which is perfectly fine. But what you got to do is you got to add your personality in it. That is the one biggest tip I have, is you have to add your personality in it, because the thousands of websites, right? How are you going to stand out? And this doesn't mean you have to build um, a 20, you know, 2080 website where everything is animated, no. Or you need a huge budget, no. What you really need is you need to find a way to inject your personality into what you are writing there and how you are designing it. And if that's done correctly, and you have a proper strategy, and this is for your audience, right? Whenever I am going on a call with someone, a prospect or a potential client, I strategically have a sequence of emails that drives them to my About Me page, right? Because if I am waiting for them to check my website and see me as an authority before, sorry, if I'm waiting for them to see me as an authority or as someone credible, um, after I get on a call with them, I've already lost the game, because on the call with your potential client or a collaboration, you do not have the time to do that. You have to make sure that you strategically drive them to your website before the call, right? So you first make it um, amazing with injecting your personality in it, making sure that it fits what you do instead of what all the others are doing. And then you drive people to it. So most people are like, they built the website, now it's sitting there doing nothing. No, it's drive people to your website.
Yeah, love it, mate. And I guess what you're touching on there is that CRM type function, right? About having that in the background and linking it up and continuing those touch points, which is so important. So just share a little bit more
Exactly.
around, I guess, the CRM side of things about whether it's specific platforms or not, or even just about what we should be thinking about, like in that those nurture sequences or things that we do there. Like one of them is obviously about us, but what else we should be communicating to our prospects or clients, and that if we're booking calls or just wanting them to book a call as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's CRM. Again, yeah, I would say the same thing because before you get them on a call, right? What will you want to do? And even if you are starting a conversation with them, let's say you are reaching out to them on LinkedIn, um, you want to reach out with your personality, right? A lot of my clients come to me. When they come to me, they have some type of message they are using, or they are not using a message at all. Doesn't matter. But when you are reaching out, you do not want to reach out with a message. You want to reach out with a personality, right? When your message shows your personality, it's gonna automatically start converting, right? How many people in the last year, I think, reached out to you, and you thought, hey, this person has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, it depends, but not as much. Yeah.
Not as many, right? Not as many, right? We are so into, hey, I can help you build the leads. Hey, I can help you generate money. Hey, I can help you do this, that we forget how it's not the leads they are buying. At that time, they are not buying. So they will be buying leads from you, whatever you are selling. Maybe you are selling coaching, they'll be buying the coaching from you on the call. But before they get on a call, the first thing you have to sell is yourself. So, and the best way to sell yourself is through your personality, right? So you got to make sure that you are, even through those nurturing sequences, the way you are writing, it can be short or it can be long. My approach is I write shorter emails. That's how I like to do it. And I like to be direct, right? So that is what kind of separates me. Now you figure out what is it that separates me. Am I amazing with writing long emails and long newsletters? Am I amazing with um maybe am I more empathetic than a lot of people? So what is it that you have? What is it that you are unique at? Find that and inject that into your nurturing sequences, inject that into your messages, and lead it from there.
Yeah, love it, mate. Awesome. And let's maybe talk about something like a lead magnet as well. I think is important in marketing. Like, how do
Mhm.
we give something for
Yep.
free where possible, right? Some value there. So, what tips can you give us around lead magnets? So, we can attract some good leads and prospects there.
Mhm. Absolutely. And so here's the thing. Um, a lead magnet, um, what a lot of people see is that they see lead magnet as something to give them a lot of value, right? Which is true. You have to give them a lot of value, but that is not the purpose of lead magnet. Just like, I can tell you, if you ask me, hey, Smile, how is your website doing? And I say, hey, yeah, it's generating awareness. But you ask me, what was that the purpose of building your website? Right? That is not the end goal. The end goal always in business is profit, money, right? So what a lot of people see it is something to create awareness, something to get people in. But once they get into your network, is it really converting them? So I see lead magnet to solve a small problem that they have, an urgent problem that they have, but also at the same time, position the next step. So I see that as something to help me position the next step where I can um, sell them something, where I can make them come in for a bigger transformation, right? A better transformation. Because how much can you give to your audience through a freebie? Not a lot. right? Through a lead magnet, not a lot. So I think it's really a disservice to your audience if you are only giving them a lead magnet, you're giving a lot of value in it. And then they end up thinking, hey, I do not need to work with this person because I have enough. Right now, they think they have enough for themselves to go ahead and start implementing it. So that is something you do not want to happen. You want to give them value, yes, but you want to do it in a manner where they are coming to you, right? They are coming to your solution.
Yeah. Cool, mate. Yeah, definitely. I love that. And you talked about the next level. It's like the journey, right? Of what, that client journey of
Yeah,
how they're moving along that path.
exactly.
I guess that next stage of the journey is sales, right? Like let's say we're getting on a call with people, and we're talking about what we're doing there. So what's some tips, I guess, that you can give us when we're getting on that call with people so that we're going to have a higher chance, right, of converting them into a client?
On the call.
Yes.
Okay. So absolutely, there's a lot, right? It's a very kind of more of a complex thing, but what I see most of the people is struggling with is they are very good at connecting, which you need for rapport. Then they are very good, the small talk and discovering about the client. But a sale doesn't happen when you have trust. A sale happens when you have urgency, right? People struggle with objections like, hey, I don't have the money. Hey, I don't have the time. But if you look at it, is there literally a lack of money or is there literally a lack of time? No, there is no lack of time or no lack of money, right? Everyone has a credit card nowadays. So what really happens is they don't build urgency from the very beginning, right? If I have urgency, if I will find the money, if I have urgency, I will find the time. If the doctor tells me, hey, Smile, you have this disease and you have to find the money or you're going to die tomorrow, we need this much money for, maybe to treat this disease, we need this much money. I will find the money, right? Right. So if there's urgency, they will find the money. So really going through your discovery process and thinking which questions can I ask to create urgency. And urgency is usually created by when you ask them questions about their pain, which is something most people are afraid of, right? So, for example, if someone tells me, "Hey, I wanna be making $50,000 a month," I say, "Okay," but here now there are two things. Number one is goal. Number two is pain, right? Most people will ask them, "Hey, how would you feel if you do that?" But most of them won't ask them, um, "What happens if you don't achieve this by next year?" Right? This is where we create the urgency. 9 out of 10 people are more motivated by pain than they are from the goal, right? So you have to really go in with the courage to ask them the questions that help them identify how badly they need your solution. Because there is a gap is between the cause and effect, right? So um, if they don't take action now and if they don't get your services now, they are not going to see an immediate effect. They're going to see it maybe 1 year later, 2 year later. So you have to bring that effect into present, right? And once that effect is in present, that is when you start to, make it urgent. For example, hey, 12 months from now, you don't achieve this and your income doesn't increase now. How would that affect you? How would life be for you? Then you go into other things like, hey, how would that affect yourself? How would that affect your confidence? How would that affect your family? So you go really deeper into that, and this is where most people struggle. And then they do the whole thing, the whole sales goal. At the end, they get an objection, and it's done.
Yeah, love it, mate. Really powerful there. It's like making those things come out before, so you can then don't have to
Mm,
overcome the objection. Basically, on that one. So
exactly.
awesome, love it, mate. Really, really powerful. Info there.
And,
Um, so
and another part here is
yeah, go.
um, another thing here is really um, the courage, right? It's creating the tension, right? A sale happens when there's tension, so you cannot be all friendly and expect someone to pay you. Let's say you are selling a $20,000 product, you cannot expect them to pay you when things are all funny, right? When things are going really well. I won't pay someone that money if my business is doing really well. No, you have to create that tension. You have to make them realize, hey, this is urgent, this is a problem. And this is where most people get uncomfortable, right? And a lot of the times it is your job to push the client a little bit, right? It is your responsibility to push them a little bit if they are maybe self-sabotaging, or they have some limiting beliefs, or they are just making excuses. And that is the case. You have to push them a little bit. And if I'm not doing that so that I am comfortable, right? If I'm not pushing them a little bit, if I'm not helping them take that decision, um, then I am being mean. I'm being selfish because I am doing that so that I am comfortable, right? But I was not, if you look at the purpose of the sales goal, I was not here to be comfortable myself, but I was here to serve them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely does, mate. I love it. So it's not about being their friend. It's creating the tension and the pain,
Mhm.
and so that you can get them the result, right? If it's if that's what.
Exactly.
Yeah, love it. Awesome stuff. And I know, like me, you're big on mindset as well, right? I think it's a very important topic, for business owners, to keep doing that. So, let's talk about maybe like some areas that you see maybe is holding people back, and how we can, upgrade the mindset so that we can,
Mhm.
move forward and yeah, be successful from there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I see most common is, and this is exactly going back to when I had my last 500 pounds in my bank account. And Christian, right? And we were working on the systems. All the money I had either paid into coaching or invested into my business. I needed those 500 pounds, and we were investing into the software I really needed. That was $100. And I told her, hey, you know what? Let's not do it. Let's find a cheaper solution. Mm, What I was expecting to come from her was, hey, sure, you have this last few $100. But what she said was really, hey, Smile, what you are doing here is you are operating from a scarcity mindset. Um, what would you do if you are already where you want to be? So we had a specific goal, and she asked me, "Hey, how would you act? How would you think? And how would you operate if you were already there?" Um, well, I would say it's easier said than done. So yes, I got a point, and we did that, and within a quick period of, I believe, 50 days, I saw myself there. What most people do is they will start something. Let's say, for example, I coach my clients a lot on raising their prices or building better systems, right? They will raise their prices. Let's say you are charging 5,000, you start charging 15,000, right? You pitch it to a few people, you get no's, and then you back up, right? You will go back to your previous pricing, right? Because most people do not understand that that is what happens. Either you basically kind of activate your beginner's luck, and you get a yes on your very first sales goal, which is not very common, or you will get a sequence of no's, because there has to be some adversity, there has to be some difficulty. um Here's the thing, what they are running from usually is not no's. What they are running from is what that no means in their mind. So what that no means in their mind is, hey, how will I pay my bills? How will I do that? How will I pay for my children? How will I kind of keep going, and how will I make the ends meet if I charge this much money and if I keep getting no's, right? And that feeling is what they are running from. It's not as bad as they think it is. So what I would really suggest is face it. What you're running from is a feeling. The extent to which you can experience your fear, the extent to which you can experience your fears and your doubts and your worries is the same extent to which you will experience expansion. And of course, you are an expert in this. You talk all the time about mindset. So, so uh, most people say, "Hey, think positive, think positive." Okay, thinking positive is good, but understand what you are running from, right? And face it. Write down all the things you're afraid of. Write down all the things you think will happen if you fail. And then close your eyes and experience the anger, experience the shame, experience the embarrassment and fear, and then start breathing and see where it feels in your body, right? Where are you feeling it in your body? Let it out, breathe, right? So you basically do it for a few days. The most important thing first is to face your fear, and number two is act as if you are already there.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Completely agree. Love that. And I love the feeling element part of it, right? So you can actually feel that it's there and allow it to process. And I think a lot of people don't allow the emotion to process and it can get stuck. So it's, yeah, allowing that process to happen. And then, yeah, believing that you're already there is so true in the present tense so that you can step into that, new version of yourself, that successful version or whatever it is that you're wanting to move forward for. So love that as well. And let's talk about coaching, mentoring now, right? I've got many coaches and mentors. I know you've mentioned yours as well, that you've done. So how important has coaching, mentoring been for you in your business and what it's helped for you to achieve?
Yeah, it has been phenomenal. I wouldn't be here without my mentor, the Christian, or people I had before her. Even though she holds a very special space in my heart. And here's the thing. Um, you have to hire the mentors and work with the mentors that you like, but you do not love, right? So what I mean by that is you have to work with the people you like them, but a lot of the time they should say things that you say, hey, bullshit, or I don't agree with you, maybe, right? You should from time to time come to an event, or they should teach you things that you say, hey, I don't completely agree with you, I don't think you are right? Because that means now you are working with someone who is changing your perspective, who is giving you something that is making you uncomfortable. So they should make you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be, hey, I have a colleague or I have a friend and they are coaching, It should be someone that challenges you, right? And if that's not happening, if they are not, from time to time, they are not saying things that are making you uncomfortable, that are making you get out of your comfort zone. And you, from time to time, you should be thinking, this person is crazy, right? Because that means they are um, giving you a push to get out of your own comfort zone and see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So yes, coaching, super important if you have the right person. And again, it's a two-way thing, right? They cannot drive the car for you. They can only teach you. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Love it. Completely agree. And so powerful for myself as well. I love that, you said about pushing you right outside that comfort zone and keep helping you to grow from there. So really, really powerful. And yeah, a lot of gold that's been shared today. I guess as we're starting to wrap up, what one key piece of advice would you like to give to all the entrepreneurs watching and listening today?
Mm, absolutely. Um, that should be, I think, about what I experienced when I had my first quantum leap. It felt, at least it felt like a quantum leap, was it doesn't take years to get where you want to be. Maybe it takes years to find the right approach. But when you have the right mindset, and I'm talking only about the mindset, no strategies, no business tactics. Just if you have the right mindset and you have that courage within you, you can achieve those same goals. And sometimes you will wonder how that happened. But if you have the right mindset, you will achieve that in a much less time than what you thought. So if you can take basically uncommon action, do the things that a lot of people are not willing to do, you will get there faster. So look at all the things that you are, procrastinating on, all the things you are maybe running from. Do those things because it's true, and it's not going to change, I think, any sooner. That most people who start a business, they will be stuck making less than $10,000 a month unless they are willing to face their fears, right? Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, definitely, mate. So true. It's the mindset that holds the people back. We can give them all the strategies, but if there's something holding them back, then they're not going to be able to
Exactly.
hit those next levels, whether it's the
Exactly.
income level or whatever it is that they want to be doing. So, yeah, definitely, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't know how to do it. It's just that they are, a lot of the time, they are afraid of who am I becoming if I achieve that level of success,
Yeah.
right? So I think do the things that are most obvious, do the things that you need to be doing. Um, and I think that is the most boring advice, but that is the most useful advice, that do the things you should be doing. But the fear is holding you back, whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Completely agree. Love that. Powerful stuff there. And yeah, we connected through our networks. We learned about your awesome journey from providing for your family as a sole breadwinner, from a young age, to now being the founder and CEO of Lixue Media. You're an awesome guy, and I'm sure you'll continue to help business owners build a high-ticket coaching, consulting, or service-based business. Very grateful that we connected and look forward to connecting with you further. So, Ismail, how can people find you and get in contact with you?
The best place to contact me is LinkedIn. So I believe we will put it on the screen, the LinkedIn. So best place for me is LinkedIn. Then they can see a lot of my content on YouTube, on LinkedIn as well, Facebook and Instagram.
Beautiful. Awesome. Definitely check out Ismail on all of those platforms there. And you can check out more about him and what he's all about. And thank you to everyone for watching and listening to this show where we talk about everything on business growth. And please like, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. And you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Athin Cassiotis, or visit my website, athincassiotis.com. If you want to grow and scale your business, you reach out to me in any platform to see if we're a good fit. And I completely agree with you, or do I? The only way you know is if you tune in next time. So until next time, remember that our business grows when we learn skills and take action using them in spite of fear. So remember to design your growth and results.